Welcome to another Eat the Fruit production. Today, we'll be exploring the hymn of the Tammuz Cult, a poignant Sumerian liturgy. Tammuz, also known as Damu, was a god associated with fertility and the cycle of life and death. This hymn provides insight into the deep emotional and spiritual connections the Sumerians had with Tammuz, particularly in their lamentations for his yearly death and descent to the underworld. The recurring theme of mourning and hope for renewal reflects the agricultural cycle, where life follows death. Let's listen to this ancient text, which captures the sorrow and reverence of a people deeply connected to their deities. O strong one, thy weary foot, thy weary arms, breast hands, O strong healer, O healer, O strong one, my Damu, O child, Lord Gesida, O healer, how long, husband, wilt thou be weary? O healer, how long, son, wilt thou be weary? When before thou sittest, O strong one, when into his assembly thou, alas, he whose fingers and feet are bound, my irrigator is he. Because of thee she wanders far for thee. My sturdy Damu, my irrigator is he. Thy mother, she of lamentation, rests not. The mother, queen who gives life to the afflicted, tarries not to repose. In thy perdition, in thy seizure, in melodious sighing she speaks of thee. O hero, in thy contumely, in thy removal, in melodious sighing she speaks of thee. My child-bearing mother, my lamenter, with melodious sighing behold she stands. O sturdy one, prostrate thou art, a man of the land of wailing. O Lord, thou art a man of the land of lament. In my vast chamber, in my land of misery, a lord am I. In Aralu, place where I am cast away, a labourer am I. Unto the faraway land I go. Daily he sorrows. In this opening section, we see a deep mourning for Tammuz, here referred to as Damu. The repeated imagery of weariness and suffering evokes the yearly death of the god, who descends into the underworld. The reference to his mother, the queen who gives life to the afflicted, and her restless lamentations reflects the Sumerian belief in the power of maternal sorrow to revive the dead. The text further emphasizes the divine role of Tammuz as an irrigator, a symbol of life-giving water essential to Sumerian agriculture. His descent to the underworld mirrors the drying of fields, and his return would signal the rejuvenation of crops. I weary with heart woe, where shall I rest? O sing to the lyre, I weary with heart woe, where shall I rest? Mother of the chief city, queen who gives life to the dead am I. Firstborn daughter of heaven, queen of Isin am I. Daughter of the temple, queen Gunura. Holy Tumlu, mother of Isaba am I. Enanan, mother of lamentation am I. Queen of Nigin-Mara, the holy place am I. Queen of Aste, queen of Larak. Mother of the temple, Asnan, the divine instructor am I. Weeping and sighing, where shall I find rest? Weeping for Ekur, where shall I repose? Weeping for Kenur, where shall I repose? Weeping for Duazaga, where shall I repose? Weeping for the house of the king, where shall I repose? Weeping for the chief city, where shall I repose? Weeping for the sacred forest, where shall I repose? Weeping for Isin, where shall I repose? Weeping for Eaglema, where shall I repose? Weeping for Larak, where shall I repose? Where shall he rest? The ravished one, my husband, the ravished one, my son, in the clean place, the Mu ravished one, my spouse, the little son, the son. How long his ravishing, how long his absence? The hymn shifts to a collective sorrow, shared by several queens and divine figures, likely priestesses or embodiments of the goddesses, who express their grief for Tammuz and the lost sanctity of their cities and temples. The continuous refrain of "Where shall I repose?" underscores the sense of uncertainty and despair over Tammuz's absence. The mention of various sacred locations, such as Isin, Ekur, and Eglma, highlights the widespread sorrow across the land, where these holy places no longer have their protector. This mourning is both personal and communal, affecting every level of society, from family to temple to city. The final line, "How long his absence," captures the crux of the lament, reflecting the agony of waiting for Tammuz's return and the renewal of life both in the fields and in their spiritual connection with the divine. The hymn of the Tammuz cult beautifully portrays the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth in Sumerian belief. Tammuz, as the god of fertility, symbolizes the life force that must die in order to be reborn, much like the crops that wither and grow again. Through these sorrowful laments, we gain insight into how ancient Sumerians coped with the mysteries of death and renewal. Thank you for joining us in uncovering this ancient liturgy, and feel free to share your thoughts on the role of death and rebirth in ancient belief systems in the comments below.